Randy's Corner, and I'm your host, Randy Clark. And I got a very special guest with me today. I don't want to waste no time. This is my friend, and hopefully yours too. This is Dr. Tara Douglas, and she's with Broadway Spinal Care. But today we're talking about the Sylacauga Beautification Council, and Tara is our president, and we're going to talk about some of the things that we're trying to achieve with the Beautification Council. And good morning, Tara.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thank you so much for coming in.
I appreciate you having me on
Let's
here.
just get right down to it. We're talking Beautification Council Day. We're so excited about that. Okay, now, can you give us just a little bit of history on the Beautification Council?
Sure. The Beautification Council has been around for quite some time now. It's got a rich history here in Sylacauga. It became a nonprofit in 1974.
Okay.
And Coach Earl Lewis was telling me a story a few weeks ago about a group of ladies that were sitting downtown. They were having coffee or breakfast or something, and the wind picked up and they saw some trash going down Broadway and decided that that was not acceptable. So they formed the Beautification Council after that. And the council grew quite a bit. In its heyday, we had 300 plus members.
Right.
And in the 80s, probably early 90s, the council won 9 national awards for
Right.
Sylacauga. It was quite amazing.
I remember the
award-
banners hanging in town.
Yeah, they did such a beautiful job. And, the membership has gone down some over the years. And, we had a much smaller group in the most recent years, but they were still doing everything they could to take care of Sylacauga and to have spring cleanups and get all the welcome to Sylacauga signs and reward people for taking care of their yards and businesses for taking care. And now we're just in a rebuilding phase.
Yeah,
And
we'll continue those today.
Absolutely.
And if I can add a little bit to Coach Lewis's story, I've heard this before too, but it actually happened in the building that Broadway Spinal Care is now in. They was actually sitting in Mike and Ted, from what I understand.
that's what I hear too.
Great story, isn't it?
It is a good story.
Okay, now, what projects are the council involved in now?
Well, like I said, we're still doing the cleanups, but now we're doing a monthly litter cleanup
Right.
instead of the spring cleanup. And
Right.
who better to lead and organize a group like that than Mr. Randy Clark? He's our he's on our board, and
Right.
so we're doing the monthly litter cleanup. We're working on a lot of the gardens downtown. We've picked up some projects to help with the historic pilgrimage that's coming up in October. We are, there are just a lot of different things. We've linked in with the Christmas tree project that we can talk about, and we have just a lot of different projects. We're just trying to take care of the town again.
Right, let's briefly let's mention the Love and Care yards and the Big C Awards. We still do those, and we have a
Absolutely.
couple of ladies that's really involved in that, and they do a great job at it.
That's Miss Glenda Gaines and Miss Lisa McNeely.
That's right.
They are wonderful at going out and just checking yards. So if you've got a beautiful yard and you have 2 ladies knocking on your door, it's likely those 2.
That's right.
And they give out those Loving Care Yard Awards, and those go to individual residences that take care of their yards.
Right.
And then we also have the Big C Award. That's for businesses that keep their businesses beautiful.
Yes.
And all of that is so important for the town. When we
Yes.
have visitors and people come through, it's great to have all these yards and these businesses looking good, because that reflects really good on Sylacauga.
It does. It does. Okay. Now, let's talk just a little bit. We're also involved in the old cemetery and some garden cleanups. Can we mention those?
Absolutely. We've been working a lot downtown with all the gardens that are along Norton, Broadway. We've been working really hard to try to get the weeds up, to get the vines out of all of those bushes. And so we have a lot of more informal cleanups for that. If anyone's interested, then we usually post that, or you can ask one of our council members. We go out and just work through. We've got such a great group. I mean, we have around 30 members now, and I've got about 22 people on the board, and we've got a lot of people that are enthusiastic about taking care of Sylacauga and just really enjoying going out armed with weed eaters and clippers, and we're taking care of everything we can. It's an ongoing project.
Right.
We don't have enough people or the means to get out there and just take care of all of it in one go round. But we're also, the Cherokee Garden Club has their garden is right there at the corner of 4th and Broadway.
They've done a lot of work on
And
it.
the Cherokee Garden Club disbanded, and so there was no one to take care of it. So that was one of our big projects, go out and clean up all that, because that garden club did such a beautiful job planting that
Yes.
garden. And so we went out and took care of that, and Now, that's the ongoing project for us. We'll plant some things eventually, but we're trying to clean up what's there.
Right.
And then that kind of morphed into also looking at the old Sylacauga Cemetery,
Right.
because that is the last part of original Old Town Sylacauga that's left. I don't know if most people realize that most of downtown, so to speak, in that time period was Long Main and Fort Williams right there. Well, none of those buildings and none of those businesses are there anymore because it's moved over to Broadway, and we had a tornado and all kinds of things. But that Sylacauga Cemetery is on the Alabama Historic Registry, and that was done in the 70s also, and that was also the Beautification Council helping in the 70s with the cemetery. I found a newspaper article from 1979 where it was showing that the Beautification Council was out cleaning up the cemetery. So we've kind of come full circle and started taking care of it again, because that's a lot of history up there.
Yes,
I mean, we've
it
got
is.
the earliest birthday up there is 1776 with Donald Cameron, and the first person buried was 1839, right after Sylacauga became a city.
That's
And
history.
that is history, and
Yeah.
the Historic Commission has done a lot with grants to repair the tombstones up there that were broken, and to fully fence in the cemetery to try to protect it.
Right.
And now with the Beautification Council stepping in, and we're working on the gardens up there, and we're trying to make it beautiful again, and that's also a part of the historic fall pilgrimage coming up.
Right. And for those that don't know where the cemetery is, that's the one across the parking lot at the First Baptist Church. Beautiful cemetery.
Right there behind CVS.
Right.
It's
And,
even though it's in the middle of town, it's really a peaceful place to go
It
and
is.
walk through and
Yes, it
experience
is.
history. And it's
Right.
just such a nice area.
Okay, can we talk just a minute about, and I want to have another meeting of the minds about this per se, the Pilgrimage Festival coming up in October.
We've got the Alabama Historic Association. They chose Sylacauga for their fall pilgrimage, which is an honor.
Right.
And they are going to be here October 27th and 28th. So we encourage everybody in town to come, even though we'll have people from all over the state coming through. But there'll be, there's a lunch at Purcell Farms. There's tours of the cemetery, of course. That's where the Beautification Council comes in. We got a tour of Baptist Church, the First Baptist Church, on that Friday, because they have all those beautiful historic stained glass windows, which also tie into the cemetery, because some of those people buried in the cemetery have stained glass windows dedicated to them.
Right.
And then there's Dr. Wayne Flint's coming in for a talk at the library and a reception at the library that Friday night. We've got so many activities happening that night. And the next day we've got tours of downtown, which again pulls the Beautification Council in, because we're trying to clean up and do what we can downtown. And we also have another project I didn't mention, where we are getting historical graphics printed up to put in the empty storefronts downtown. So
Right.
when they're going through those tours, or when we're just having tours in general through downtown, or people just walking downtown, you can walk by those windows and read about the history. But that's all. There are talks at the library that Saturday. There's so many different things that is really, again, quite an honor for Sylacauga to be chosen by the Historic Association for our state.
Right. And this is such a big event, and it's about the history of Sylacauga.
Absolutely.
And we're so glad to participate in this. We're gonna have things going all over the city for those 2 days.
We are. I mean, people are going to go around and see. Kreger Brown will be sculpting. Rising Star Baptist Church has tours. The Rising Star Baptist Church will have their choir at the library singing Friday night. We've got the museum open that day, of course, for people to go through there. The observation point.
I'm
will
gonna be at the observation point, giving a
Absolutely.
little history on the quarries.
I know.
It's gonna be a great event.
And it's nice to be a part of that, and to help some as the Beautification Council to help get it ready, and the other organizations that are working to put it together. It's just going to be a really good thing for our city.
Right, and a couple of people that I really want to mention about this Pilgrimage Festival, and I'm sure they had the things that they do in Sylacauga, Dr. Ted Spears and Dr. Shirley Spears. What two great, I can't think of any two more people that's so involved in Sylacauga like they are.
And they very much are. And then, it's nice to also have the support of the library. I mean, what
Yes.
would we do with most everything that happens in
Right.
Sylacauga without the library staff and Tracy and all the people that work for her? It's they're doing a lot to help with the pilgrimage and to get it set up, and they are doing a lot to even help me with history that I'm trying to put together for the Beautification Council.
That's right.
So we appreciate them so much.
One more thing I'd like to mention right quick is Christmas project. Oh, we're so excited about this. We're going Well, tell us about it.
That is exciting. We have Brian Taunton. He put together. He decided that it'd be nice to get a group together to really decide what to do, because that's also a part of what the beautification historically, the Beautification Council has done, is we decorate City Hall.
Right.
And again, we're growing our membership again. We need the funds to really decorate. Well, Brian kind of brought all the different organizations together. So we have the Beautification Council, we have some garden clubs, we also have some individual citizens who aren't representing anybody that decided they wanted to be a part of it. And we all have come together, and the response has been quite remarkable. I mean, we've had so many organizations and individuals donate to it. And the donations come through the Beautification Council, but we've been able to raise enough money to where we'll have a large Christmas tree out on City Hall property. And we're going to start acquiring commercial grade decorations that will last well beyond any of our lifetime. So, we'll have these beautiful decorations for downtown, and that's also a project, just like I mentioned with all of the things we're doing with Beautification Council. It's a little bit at the time, and we're going to get it done. Same thing with the decorations. But this year we were so amazed that we could get the Christmas tree, get some of the really large Christmas ornament balls that will say "Welcome to Sylacauga," but a great spot to get a picture made, and great spots to have to bring your family and go downtown. And then we're just going to slowly acquire more and get the town decorated for Christmas.
That's right. It's not to say that Sylacauga is not beautiful now during Christmas.
It is.
We're just going to raise the bar. We're going to raise the bar here in the next few years. You'll start noticing a little bit every year.
Absolutely.
We're going to raise it up, and we're really going to make Sylacauga. We want to make people come to Sylacauga and shop. That's what we want. Support
Absolutely,
our local
and build
businesses.
memories here. Come and see the decorations and experience the parade, and have family pictures taken in front of the tree, and just really enjoy being here in town, and enjoy people driving through, just stopping to see everything.
That's right. That's right. Okay, now, how can someone get involved with the Sylacauga Beautification Council? We're always looking for members.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't cost a whole lot to join the Sylacauga Beautification Council.
It doesn't. As an individual, you can join for $25. And I'd also like to say you don't have to be a member to come out and help us. And then there's no pressure if you are a member.
That's
If you just want to support, and no one's going to turn their nose up at you if you're not out there pulling weeds with us. So, but it's $25 for an individual, and then it just goes up from there. You can donate as much as you want. I mean, we've got all these wonderful projects going on, and we just are happy to have the support that we've had, and we're definitely growing each week. And you can send a check. Our address is P.O. Box 185, and you can send a check for that $25. Or again, you can look on our Facebook page also for the Sylacauga Beautification Council, and then you can see all the different levels of membership and see what you can do there. You can also go to PayPal, and we're under Sylacauga BC for Beautification Council, and then you can pay through PayPal or check. So we just appreciate all the support we've gotten, and we appreciate that people are taking notice and joining and enjoying helping Sylacauga stay beautiful.
You can also come to our meeting.
Absolutely.
First Thursday of every month at Sylacauga Chamber of Commerce. We meet.
And at 5:30, and board members are the ones that vote on everything that we do, but you don't have to be a board member to be there, and you can come and bring ideas, and just can't vote for things, but you're welcome nonetheless, and you can come and hang out with us and really see what's going on with Beautification Council.
That's right. Talk. Thank you so much for coming in and talking about Beautification Council and all you do for Sylacauga. And I want to have another meeting before the Pilgrimage Festival. Let's talk what all's going on then.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much.
You're
and
welcome.
before we go, I would like to mention yesterday was 9/11. Even though it was 22 years ago, we still have heavy hearts, and we will never forget. As a veteran and a citizen of the United States of America, we will always defend this country. God bless America. Be sure to watch Tara on Pet Connect on Wednesday mornings, and stay tuned for more Daybreak, and we'll see you next week.